Ruski's Crypto Cave here. As you can see, I got a whole lot of boxes strewn apart. Doing some work. Got the intake hood for the ASIC intake. I pulled some vents off. There's a little toasty in here. There is the 8-inch filter box. And inside here, there's some drawings as far as where measurements are being cut. You can see a screw coming in here. And that is where the 8-inch, well, 7 7/8 inch round hole will be cut on the outside. Filter box is going to be mounted here. I might offset it a little bit and set it back, just so it doesn't come out and then back into the ASIC. I'm still messing around with that. I may even just mount it flush here and just scoot that out a little bit, instead of messing around with like adding different spacers and studs there. But anyway, it's 83 there, but it's been cooled down just because I had the vents pulled off instead. Needed to get some more room to work and whatnot, and wanted some more airflow when it was hot in here. Let's go around the back here. You can see they are pretty crusty because I have been running them without filters. But right there, that's the little jig I made to draw the round hole. You put the screw in, and that's about a little over 3 3/4. I think 3 13/16 ish, approximately. It's gonna be close. And the way that vent mounts, there's no screw holes, but I think I might make some and screw it in, or just slap a whole bunch of silicone on it and get it to stick there, because this stuff actually holds pretty dang good, and it's just an intake vent. It's not really going to have much stress on it. But anyway, I figured I'd show you the little jig I made. I've used that one to make all the round holes for all the circle holes I cut. See, that's the hole I had to use to make the larger one for the back of the fans that I installed backwards. But oh well, it is what it is. It works. So I figured I'd give you a little progress update, and then we'll be back later with some more work being done. Alrighty, there is the finished product. I boogered it up a little bit, but I don't really care. But this piece is removable, so this flap comes off. So I was able to get the screw holes in there and screw it there, and silicone all the way around it. Put all the vents back on. Let's go inside and see how she looks. Currently 84, but the door's been open for a while. It is. Camera picked me up. Low battery. 358. There is the install. Internal temps are 79. Instead of drilling a hole, I had a temperature probe here because this isn't a super tight fit. It may draw a little bit of air. Actually, it's not. No, I don't even feel anything coming in there. But it's sucking a lot of the air from outside. This has like rubber gaskets that kind of hold this on, so that's why I didn't tape that on. Same thing with this side. This was a loose fit, so I did tape that. This side is pretty snug. So I'm not sure. I might put a piece of tape on the bottom there just to make sure that stays in place. But that was on there pretty firmly. I don't think that will be going anywhere. But maybe I'll throw a piece of tape on the top and the bottom just to make sure it stays in place. But so now that S19 is pulling air from directly outside through a filter inside here, and then through the inline fan. You can see all the pollen built up on the fan, so it's really need to get these filters back on here. So I'm gonna let this run for a while and see how this goes. We've got some mid-80s days coming up, and we'll see how it is. But so right now, air coming in there is 80 degrees. Air it would have been pulling in here is 84. So it's definitely a couple degrees cooler there that it's pulling in. And then it's 82 there. This guy is still on low power mode. That's the S19J Pro Plus. 90 degrees there, 98 up there. And then that is my box of extra filters. I need to get in here and maybe like get the blower out and blow all the pollen off and stuff. But ideally, I would like to get those filters back installed. But I want to make sure I have the airflow going. I have enough intake first before I do that. Because right now I believe these all 4 of these fans are on a speed of 8. And as you can see, let me close the door. Just keep an eye on the shutters. That's not even closed all the way. So there's definitely not enough intake. That's with the door closed all the way. As soon as I open it, they pop up a little bit. So there's definitely negative pressure in here. I'm going to see how the shed goes as far as temps. I could probably even kick the fan speeds down a little bit, which actually, I'll probably do that now. Since I can do that right on my phone with the AC Infinity app. Yeah. So here's 99 on that one. Intake, that's going into the S19 is 80 degrees. Drop them all down to 7. The other thing I noticed too, let me close the door all the way. Like, there's barely any air you can feel in the top here getting blown around. As far as the top of the fans here, but as soon as I close the door, you can feel a lot of air right in the top here. I know somebody mentioned that, and I noticed that before. I was thinking that's up because the vents aren't opening up far enough for all the air to blow out. So, but there's definitely, right in this area, definitely feel air coming up. So that's kind of getting pushed back in. Same thing with this one, and I'm sure the same thing with those other 2. But when I open the door, and have it wide open, nothing. It's all getting sucked out. So, just more proof that I need some more intake. So I do have another Gable vent ordered. I did measure, I could squeeze 3 more in here. Let me close this door. And I may have to do some trimming on the edge here by maybe like 1/8 of an inch on each side, just to get them to fit in there flush. Or my other plan would be is this middle row, slide this middle row down, cut this out here, and then have this one slide the top of that one, and be right on top of it all the way down, maybe 1/2 inch between or something, and then have the other one on top of it. It's not going to look symmetrical from the outside, but I guess function's greater than form. So, and plus this side is actually up in between the house, so it's not like anybody's going to be looking at it anyway, so it's only going to be me that's going to know it. But yeah, that's the game plan for now. But the Gable vents are on back order on Amazon, or I did find them on another site, but they're like $90-some a piece. I'm not going to pay that. Or there's another option. I think it was Crootman posted in Hobbyist Discord. There's like these 14 by 30s that should be able to fit in between the studs. So that may be an option too, as far as just completely replacing these Gable vents with those 14 by 30s. But then I'm going to run into a scenario where these are already cut, and those are about 18. So the 30 is probably going to stop right about here, so it might not be possible there. But what I might be able to do is do 14 by 30s on the top and have them come down. That might be the better way to do it, actually, just the more that I think about it. So I can start them up here, go down, maybe have to cut the hole a little bit bigger in the bottom, and just have 4 of those 14 by 30s that are on the same, it's actually on the same website that I got the filter box and all that stuff, recommended by hobbyists. It's from supplyhouse.com. So that is the, I'll leave the link in the description below, but this vent was about 52 bucks. The filters are actually probably even more than that for 5 or 6 replacement filters. And then the filter box itself, I think it was like $119, somewhere around there. But I'll put the link in the description below. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that, but the stuff works pretty good. So I like it. Seems to be working so far. But just gonna make sure all my vents are installed. I popped that one back in, but it's definitely sucking in some air there. But so that should be good. But for the time being, just gonna let her run, see how she goes. I'll go from there. I'll give you another update in a few days. All right, catch you later.